Okay, this is the story on Scare Zone. Scare Zone was based off of us trying to find something that would touch the audience innately, and looking around, especially in the US, but it's becoming more and more prevalent in the UK and in Asia, are these haunted houses that crop up during the month of October. You know, they do them in strip malls, and they do them in tents, and sometimes even churches do them because they're good fundraisers. So what they are, you know, everyone's done them. If you're between the ages of 10 and 30, it has become a rite of passage to go through these haunted mazes where people jump out at you. Now, in the US, they're not supposed to touch you. And in Europe, like in Spain, they touch you, which is really spooky. But it is something that most kids today have experienced. So what we did with Scare Zone and said, what if one of those haunted houses, some things started to go wrong and bad, and maybe someone died, but would the guests think it's part of the show, or do they figure out that it's real? And we think that that's something that goes through everybody's mind when they go through these, is like, oh my gosh, what if this was real? So we gave it to them in Scare Zone. Well, different than probably a lot of people, it was probably the theme park industry got me into horror. Those haunted houses really started with, in California, with Knott's Berry Farm. And what they would do in October is they would call it Knott's Scary Farm, and they would do these haunted mazes. And it was really because of the Knott's family and this program that they put on. I mean, this was 30 years ago. This has become a national pastime now. And it was getting ready and going to those events that really got me hooked. And then a lot of those events that do the mazes do tributes to the Mummy, the Wolfman, do vampires, do zombies, and everything. And then that got me interested as a kid in watching the movies. Then I was hooked. We're here in Philadelphia at the Terror Film Festival, and it has been awesome. It's been a ton of fun here, and I've seen the most eclectic, weird group of movies I've ever seen in a festival.